Greetings and salutations, folks, and welcome once again, as always, to another helping of Mr. H's Hot Pot. You join me today, still sunning myself on a beach in Tunisia, where I'm currently on a week's holiday with Mrs. H and little Toby James. Now, I did say in my last video that I wouldn't be making any more videos from Tunisia, simply because there was nothing to document. However, this morning, I was feeling a little bit adventurous, and I thought I'd go for a bit of a bimble down the beach, because I'm a little bit bored of just sitting by a pool and drinking beer. You can only do that for so long and then you get fed up with it. That's one of my bugbears with the all-inclusive holiday. And whilst I was on my bimble down this beach, I came across something that I feel is worth documenting, and that is an old bunker from World War II. Now, I've no idea who originally built it, whether it's a British field position, whether it was one of the Germans or whether it was one of the Italians, because there was a lot of fighting between those armies around Tunisia during the Second World War. I do feel that it is German. It does have a German architectural feel to it, but I'll leave it open to the comments below who you think it actually belonged to when we get to it. Now, it's rather surprising because it has been repurposed and it's been turned into like a little beach hut. And it's rather interesting how they've done it. But anyway, it's just further up the beach here, so we'll wait till we get to it. I'll whip the camera around and we'll be able to take a look at this old bunker from World War II. Mrs. H cannot believe that we've come all this way and I've still managed to find a World War II relic. She refused to come back with me. She said, I'm not going back filming that. You can go and do that yourself. I'll go by the pool. So anyway, it's just me and the Hot Potters. And here it is, Hot Potters. This is that World War II bunker that I spotted this morning when I was walking down the beach with Mrs. H and little Toby James. And it's been repurposed into either a boat or a beach house, because there's a bit of a fishing boat there. Although it doesn't look like it's seen the sea that for quite a while. But it's amazing how they've repurposed and repainted this former military bunker and turned it into something else. Over in France and places like that, they just get abandoned. And over in Britain, it's the same thing. They don't really do anything with them, but somebody's decided to get weighed in and they've made it their own. Anyway, let's whip the camera around and take a look at it, shall we? And here we go, Hot Potters. Not sure about the paint job that it's been given. I like seeing them as they was during the Second World War, but I suppose for the locals, they'd rather forget occupation and war and things like that. There's some amazing artwork on it. I should imagine here is where the heavy guns would have gone. All this ironwork here is post-war. You can see that's where the guns would have been back in the day. Obviously somebody's fitted something on the insides to keep it secure. And we'll make our way around the back. There's where there would have been a light machine gun. Just there. Either side of this tree. And it's right at the side of the hotel that's next door to ours. I thought it was a toilet block when we was walking down. It was that colourful. You just look at what they've done with the entranceway here. Whoever's now claimed this. You've got like a Mediterranean entranceway. And these ceramic urns that they're very fond of in this particular part of the world. Cactuses growing out of it. I mean, someone's been very artistic with this, but I don't think Erwin Rommel would have approved of these modifications to one of his bunkers, because I think this was a German one. That's the doorway. We'll just step back. And they've obviously re-rendered this, whoever's had this. But we get round this side. You can see that at some point that has suffered a direct hit. And it looks like whoever now owns it has just given up trying to repair that. We'll take a closer look at it because it'll be interesting to see the actual rebar and stuff in it. You don't normally get to see that. And there's on the roof of it. I won't climb onto it. But I think this is one of the German positions. Right over there is Italy. So I figure this was a German position back in the day. And a fantastic mural, like I said, but I don't like seeing these graffitied, if I'm being honest. They've done a lot of that in France, and it just spoils them, really. For anybody who, like myself, likes old World War II architecture and archaeology. Let's look at the thickness of that concrete there. And the rebar that's in these. That's another gun emplacement that's just been bricked up. That's how thick this rebar would have been. World War II rebar. Yeah, you can see where they put rendering on these. As I say, I've no idea if this is British, German, Italian, whatever. So if you know, if you're a World War II buff, and you know a lot about the African campaigns, please leave a comment below. Because my main interest is with the European theatre, not Rommel's Afrika Korps. Yeah, it was amazing to find this. As I say, I'm just walking past, you think it's a toilet block. But whoever's claimed it, they've done a good job at it, really. They've repainted it and made it into something useful once again. All little Toby James said when he spotted it was, how do we get into it? He takes after his dad, doesn't he? Anyway, I'll whip the camera around now and we'll wrap this video up, I think. Right, Hot Potters, well, that'll just about do it for today, for this quick little video. Let's call this one a bonus video, shall we, as I wasn't expecting to be making it. I didn't think I'd find anything worth documenting whilst on this holiday. But it just shows you, you never know what's hiding, and you're never very far away. I've always said this, from relics and remnants of the Second World War. Anyway, I'm going to make my way back down the beach now. Hopefully security will recognise me and I'll be able to get back in. Otherwise, I'm up the old proverbial without a paddle. So, until the next time, when more than likely I'll be back in dear old Blighty, unless I find something else worth documenting, it is bye-bye for now.